Okay, today's class is all about strengthening the lower body. So right the way from the lower back and the hips, all the way down to the thighs, calves, the ankles. So really nice class to help build your strength, to help in standing postures in yoga, but also in everyday life as well. So even things like walking or cycling, doing things in the gym, whatever you like to do, having a strong lower body can really help you. So we're going to start in a seated position. So come and sit however's most comfortable for you. You can also sit up on a block or a cushion if that helps with your hips. Maybe placing the hands on the thighs, relaxing the shoulders, and either finding a point to focus on or closing your eyes. And we'll begin by tuning into how you are today. And so without changing anything, just noticing right now, how are you breathing? So does your breathing feel fast or slow? And when you breathe, does it feel like your breath is kind of caught up around the collarbones, or is it able to flow deeper down into your body? And as you're noticing this, just see if you can start to allow your breath to become a little bit deeper and a little bit slower. So that as you breathe in, you can almost imagine the breath going right the way down to the base of the stomach, even down towards the pelvis. And as you breathe out, just starting to relax everything along that pathway. So again, as you breathe in, just feeling the breath coming in through the nose, send it right down to the lower body. And as you breathe out, finding something to relax. And so just finding this slower, steady rhythm of breath a couple of times. And then maybe just noticing if there's any parts of your body you could begin to relax for a moment. So just soften that little space between the eyebrows, relaxing across the face, to the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, starting to relax your chest, your stomach, the back. And then as much as you can right now, relaxing around your hips, your legs and your feet. Good. All right, so from here, we're just going to take 3 rounds of a breath that's going to start to calm the nervous system just before you start to move. So when you're ready, together, we're going to take a long breath in through the nose, and then take another breath in right at the top. And then as though you're blowing out through a straw, we're going to blow all the air out now. Good. Again, breathing through the nose. Another breath at the top. And then blow the air out. One more time there, breathe in. And second breath at the top. And all the air out. Good, so breath returns back to a natural rhythm. And we'll start to move. So we're going to just lean back into the hands here for a moment. Bring the feet out in front of you, so a little bit wider than your hips. We're going to gently drop the knees down one way and then the other. So the knees definitely don't have to touch the floor, but just try and get them towards the ground there. So starting to release through the hips and get a bit of movement going there. Good. All right, we're going to start to open up the front of the body a little bit. So knees drop to the left. We're going to lift the hips up and lift the top hands. You're really stretching and reaching up. And swapping sides, drop the hips down, knees the other side, so your back hand supporting you, hips lift, top arm reaches. Good, so one more time each side, knees to the left, hips lift, top arm stretches up. Good, and then knees to the right, lift the hips, and then lift that top arm. Good, nice. All right, so from here, we're going to bring the hands back behind you again. So feet stay flat to the floor this time. Just going to show you. So from here, we're going to have nice strong arms, nice strong legs, and we're going to push the hips all the way up, holding right at the top. So start to squeeze your glutes. And then hips come down, hover off the ground. We'll do that again. So lift the hips, hold at the top. Slowly down. One more time, hips lift, hold. Good, nice. So really hold, really lift as high as you can at the moment. And then we'll slowly come down and come over to hands and knees when you feel ready. So we're on hands and knees, spread the fingers nice and wide here and come through a little cat-cow movement. So we're going to breathe in to lift the chest, lift the tailbone. As you breathe out, we'll push the floor around the spine. So again, as you breathe in, really opening the front of the body. And as you breathe out, rounding the back. Good. Just find this movement a few times. Really easing through your spine. And then the next time that you round your back, we're going to tuck the toes and hover the shins off the floor just for a second there. Good. Slowly shins come down, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Again, round the spine, tuck the toes, hover the shins. Maybe feel your thighs a little bit. Knees down, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Then we're going to hover the shins and hold it here for a second. Good, nice. And then back into downward facing dog. So hips push up and back. So when you're in downward facing dog, give the legs a little stretch out, just by pressing one heel, then the other down. So remember, we want this fingers spread nice and wide, head nice and relaxed. And then from here, we're going to bend both knees. So again, we're bringing those shins just about parallel to the floor, then pushing back into downward facing dog. Good. Again, bend the knees, hover it there. Downward facing dog. And then one more time, bend the knees, hold it. Good. And then back into downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to walk to the front of the mat. So we end up in a forward fold together. So over there, feet come a little bit wider. We're going to relax the head, relax the hands, and take a little sway from side to side. But just for now, let everything be nice and soft. And then slowly, just with a tiny little bend in your knees, we're going to roll up to stand. So the head will come last. Good. Arms reaching all the way up. And then palms together. We're going to bend the knees, come about halfway down. So you're just squatting back. Again, push through the feet. Breathe in, hands up. And then breathe out, coming halfway. Good. One more time there. So we're going to come all the way up. Then from here, as you bend the knees and come halfway, we're going to rest the forearms on the thighs. And that cat-cow movement again. So we'll lift the chest, look up a little bit, and then round the back, and we'll tuck the chin. Good. Again, open up, shoulders back, and then round the spine. One more time there, lift the chest. Then from here, we'll bring the fingertips to the ground. We're going to step the right foot back and lower the knee to the floor. So warming up as you breathe in, hands coming up, breathing out, big circle back. Good. Again, biggest circle you can draw. So bring the hands together behind the back, shoulders roll back, and lift open through the chest. One big breath in, and then breathing out, hands come to the ground. So from here, we're going to come forwards. You find a little stretch in the hips. And then as you pull back, lift the toes, you open into the hamstring. Good. Again, slowly forward. So opening the chest again, and then slowly back. Good. So this time, as we come forward, we're going to bring your legs straight back behind you in the air. Take a breath in. Then as you breathe out, knee to nose and round the spine. Good. Again, push the leg back. Round the spine, knee to nose. One more time, the leg pushes back. Good. Then we're going to step the foot back to where it was. So it's just outside of your hand. Lifting the back knee and then twist so that left arm lifts up. Good. Hands coming down and we'll step into downward facing dog. So from here, come into our first plank. Shoulders over the wrists. Have a little bit of hovering one foot off of the ground. And then we'll swap over and hover the other foot. Good, nice. We'll come to lower down now. So you might drop the knees, bend the elbows into cobra. So chest opens, shoulders roll back. And then we'll tuck the toes, pressing back into downward facing dog. So again, give the legs a little stretch out here, just gently pressing each heel down. And then we'll step to the front of the mat. So we're in a forward fold. Coming up to stand, so we'll lift the hands all the way up. Good, and then again, bend the knees, but this time keep the hands up as we sit halfway. Good. So we've got a little bit of strength. Sit right back into the heels. Hands come together behind the back, and we'll forward fold again. So from here, hands come to the floor. We're going to step the left foot back this time, just lower the knee. Breathing in, hands coming up. Breathing out, big circle back. So one more time like that. And then eventually hands come together behind. So knuckles towards the floor and then really lift and open the chest. So slide those shoulders back. Good. Hands coming to, just to the ground there on the inside of the foot. So we're going to come forward, stretching into the hips. And then pull the hips back and lift the toes. Good. Again, slowly forward, nice open chest. And then slowly back. So as you come forward here, we're going to bring the legs straight back behind you in the air. So just kind of parallel the ground. Then round the spine and knee to nose. Good. Again, stretch the leg back. Round the spine. And then one more time, leg back behind you. Then we're going to step it just outside that right hand. Lift the back knee. And then that right arm lifts, reaches up. Brilliant. Hands come down and we'll step into downward facing dog. So from here into our plank position again. So this time the left leg's going to lift, and see if you can tap it to the side of your mat. Good, swap over, right leg lifts, tap it to the side, bring it in, and then we'll lower down to bend the elbows, into cobra, open the chest, and then down the facing dog. Good, well done. So we're going to step or jump to the front, up to stand, and into our standing flow straight away. So from here, arms stay lifted, we're going to bend the knees, come halfway. So from here, a little bit of strength just on one leg at a time. So we're going to take the right heel, tap it forward in front of you, then take the toes and tap them back behind you. One more time, heel forward, toes back. Good, swapping legs. So if you need to lower your arms, then that's fine. Left heel forward, toes back, heel forward, toes back. Good, feet grounded. Hands together as we forward fold again. So hands come to the floor and then down the facing dog. So next time we breathe in here, we're going to lift that right leg up behind you. Exhaling knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists. And again, lifting the leg. This time knee towards the right elbow, try and hover it. Good, lifting the leg up. And we'll step the foot between the hands there. So we're going to turn the feet to the long side of the mat here, so your feet are parallel. And then gently just starting to bend one knee, then the other. So we're easing side to side. So this is quite a strong bit now, so definitely optional, as is everything else. Let's see how you go. So we're going to see if we can keep the weight in the right foot now, okay? And then slowly shift the weight there. Other heel lifts up. And maybe you can lift your whole leg up and out to the side. So if this is too much, keep the toes on the floor. But see if you can get your legs at a right angle. Really push through the legs, very strong. Good, and then step back, other side. So all the weight in the left foot. So either just lift the heel, perfect, or lift the whole leg. Really push through your heels. It's very strong on the hips. Good, big step out, well done. So we're going to turn the feet to face the front of the mat now and come up into a high lunge. The back heel is lifted and the arms are up. It's nice and slowly from here. We're going to breathe in to straighten the legs. Breathing out, lower the back knee, and we'll circle the arms. Good. Again, all the way up. And then all the way round. Good. So as we come up now, we're going to keep the hands up. Super slow, lower the back knee down. And we'll come back to adjust on the knees. So for this first one, we'll keep the toes tucked underneath. We'll keep the toes tucked underneath. We're going to squeeze the glutes, lift the hands. Then arms can come back and we'll hinge back through the hips so you've got a straight spine. Good, now use your glutes, squeeze them and come all the way up. Good, again, hands back, hinge back through the hips. Squeeze, come all the way up. Good, last time now, hinge back. So hold it here if you can. If you're feeling super strong, squeeze your shoulder blades and bring the arms wide to the sides. Good, if you're super, super strong, maybe your arms come forward. That's completely optional. Good, well done. Arms back alongside you. We're going to sweep the hands up. Step that right foot forward and then lift the back knee. Well done. From here, we're going straight into warrior three. So the arms come alongside your body, like we did a second ago. Back leg goes straight back behind. Good, nice. So we're going to see if we can stay on one foot here as we come upright. So the hands lift. Knees adjust, and then leg goes straight back behind, and arms alongside you as well. Good. One more time here, so slowly up. Lift the knee, lift the hands. Good, and then send the leg back, arms alongside. So eventually now the fingertips come to the ground. We're going to take a big step back and turn the feet to the long side of the mat. So we're going to take a little bend of the knees here. Hands on the hips, and we come halfway up. So really squeezing the shoulder blades, stretch the arms wide if you feel strong, and then up to stand. Good. From here, palms come together. We turn the toes outwards a little bit. So we're going to bend the right knee and kind of squatting into one side then the other. So bend the right knee, really push your bum back as you squat low. Good, and then push, kind of bounce out of it, go to the left. Squat nice and low this side, good. So on the knee, not to go too far, kind of over the toes or anything. So really, really sit back far. Good, and then go to the left and sit back nice and low, good. One more time to the right. Maybe you could even lift the other toes. Good, to the left, maybe give a toes lift. Nice, well done. Let's come into the center. We're going to keep the feet parallel, hands on the hips, and we'll gently all the way down, forward fold again. Fingertips come to the ground. We're going to turn the feet to face the front of the mat and step back into downward facing dog. So keeping that head nice and relaxed, we're going to come forward into our plank position. And then a little challenge here. See if you can step your left foot just outside where your left hand is. So quite a big step. You need to help your foot forward with your hand. Now step it back. Right foot steps out the right hand. And step it back. One more time. Left foot forward. Step back. And then right foot forward. Step back. Well done. Let's lower down. Bend the elbows. Into cobra. Open the chest. Fantastic. So chest comes down. From here, we're going to rest the head on the hands. And then focus on that lower back. Glutes and the back of the legs. And so we keep the head resting. We're going to squeeze the glutes here and just lift the legs up off the ground. Good. So from here, keeping the head relaxed on the floor, keep the legs high. We're going to take the feet wide apart, so keep all the outer hips working, and then squeeze the legs together as much as you can. We'll do that again. Take the feet wide, squeeze together. One more time, feet really wide, and then squeeze. Good. So relax the legs down, hands under shoulders, up onto our hands and knees. So like we did earlier, we're going to lift the chest, lift the tailbone, then round the spine, hold the shins off the floor for a second, and back into downward facing dog. We're going to step or jump to the front of the mat, up to stand, hands lift. Good, and then palms to heart. So take a moment to slow down the breathing. So obviously the legs are some of the biggest muscles in the body, so you use a lot of oxygen, a lot of blood flow. And we'll come and do our left side now. So we're going to keep the hands lifted up again. Obviously, if you need to have them forward or side, please do. Arms up, we're going to bend the knees. So left heel taps forward, then take the toes, tap them back behind. One more time, heel forward, toes back. Other side, right heel forward, toes back behind. There again, heel forward, toes back. Well done. Hands together behind. So we're going to forward fold, head comes down, and then stepping into downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to breathe in to lift the left leg all the way up. Breathing out, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists. Again, lift the leg. This time, knee to left, elbow hover. Good, lift the leg up. And we'll step the foot between the hands there. So it's going to face you. Again, we're going to bring the feet to the long side of the mat here. So this time, we're going to bend the right knee. Okay, maybe see if you can come down low onto the ball of the foot. And the other toes point up. Then we're going to come over and bend the left knee. Come nice and low. Other toes lift. Good. So again, going over to the right. Other toes point up. So this is too much. Come to about halfway. To the left. Go low. Other toes lift. Good. And then we're going to turn the feet parallel. The feet are going to turn to the front of the mat now. Into our high lunge. So palms lifting up. Good. So let me just swap my feet. We want the left foot forward. We're going to inhale, straighten the legs. Breathing out, arms come round, and we lower the back knee. Good, nice strong legs coming all the way up. All the way down. Then as we come up this time, we're going to keep the hands up, pop the knee to the floor, and then come back onto the knees again. So if this is a bit too much for the knees, fold your mat up so you've got a bit more padding there. Toes point away for this one. So strengthening the thighs and the core. So from here, we're going to bring the hands forward, palms facing up. So try and imagine you've got something that is very important, you don't want to spill, that you're holding on your hands. Tailbone tucks underneath, so everything's nice and straight. Then we're going to slowly lean back. So you're leaning into your shins, you can feel your thighs, say that's enough. When it's enough, push your shins down and come up, okay? So everyone will go to a different point. So come back as far as your body's happy with. Really strengthening the front. And up. One more time, come back. Tailbone tucks. And then up. Really well done. Hands relax. So that left foot's going to step forward. Oop, hands up, and we're going to lift that back knee. So warrior 3 now. Arms alongside. We're going to come forward about halfway. And then that back leg is going to go straight back behind. So let's see if we can stay on one foot as we slowly come upright. Hands lift. Knees to chest. Good. Again, send that leg back. And then one more time there, super slow, all the way up. Lift the leg. Now the leg comes back, fingertips to the ground if you can. And we're going to stretch the leg up, 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 up. Brilliant. Stepping back, turning the feet to the long side of your mat. So from here, options again, gently bending one knee then the other. You can hobble your hands as well if that feels good. Just to really start building some strength in the legs. Good. And then from here, small bend in the knees, hands on the hips. We come halfway up, so we'll hold at the top. Again, if you're feeling strong, squeeze the shoulder blades, bring those arms wide, and up to stand. Good. So from here, we're going to come into a little bit of a different movement now. It's coming to some curtsy squats. They're going to help to build strength all around the lower body. So we're going to take your right foot. We're going to step it behind the left. Just cross it behind. Palms together, and then really push your bum back. So squatting low. Good. Push through the legs. Step wide. Other side, left foot behind. Sit low. All the way down. Good. Come up. And again, squat behind. So really push your hips back so you're not putting too much pressure on the knees. Good. Step wide. Foot behind. And sit low. Feels a little bit like line dancing. So step wide. Foot crosses behind. Sit low. Good. Step wide. Crosses behind. Sit low. Good. Well done. Feet come nice and wide now. Hands on the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Big breath in. Breathing out. Forward fold. Come down. Let us hands relax down. Turning the feet to face the front of the mat. Stepping into our plank position. All right. So opening the hips now. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Step it back. Left foot outside the left hand. Step it back. One more time. Right foot forward. Step back. Left foot forward. And step back. Well done. We're going to lower down, bend the elbows. Into cobra. Open the chest. Perfect. Good. Head comes down. Head rests on the hands. One more time. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the legs. Now keep those legs nice and straight as we see if we can take them wide apart. And then squeeze the legs together. And again, feet nice and wide. And squeeze. One more time, feet wide. And then squeeze. Perfect, well done. So we're going to relax the legs. Last little bit now, rolling onto your back. So when we're on your back, just going to finish with a couple of little bridge poses. So first we're going to have the feet on the ground, arms alongside you. We'll squeeze the glutes and lift the legs. Good. And then slowly come on down. So again, squeeze the glutes, hips lift. Good. And down. And again up. And then down. Good. So a little bit different. When we change the angle of the feet, how wide or apart they are, we can work into different muscles of the hips. With this one, feet together, arms alongside, lift the hips up. Now from there, slowly bring the knees apart. So you come onto the outside edge of your feet, using the outer glutes. Knees together, then down. This might be a little bit more of a wobbly one. Lift the hips, knees nice and wide. Whoop, together and down. So working different parts of the hips. Lift, knees apart, together and down. Two more, knees up, or hips up, knees wide, together, down. One more time, up, out, together, and down. Well done. Last variation. Feet go to the edges of the mat now. So we're going to squeeze the glutes, lift the hips high, and then down. Again, high, and then down. Lift them up, lift them down, or put them down. Last two, a little bit more challenging. Lift them up. Now also lift the heels up for 3. And again, up. Good. Down, up, down. Put the hips down. Last time, now lift the hips. Heels lift up and down, heels up and down. Last time, heels up and down. Well done. Lower those hips down. Hug the knees into the chest. Nice deep breath in and out. Fantastic. All right, so let's just stretch out the hips a little bit here. So feet to the ground again. We're going to cross the left ankle over the other knee. So you can stay like this. If this feels enough. We'll hold the right thigh and gently draw the legs in. So if you wanted to stretch up through that right leg as well, you're going to stretch in the back of the leg, go for it. So as you feel this gentle stretch, just softening all the muscles along the upper back. Good. And then we'll let the legs come down slowly, feet to the ground. Swapping over, right ankle across the other knee. So you can stay here. You can hold the left thigh. Maybe stretch the left leg up and feel the stretch. So again, try and relax the breathing, try and relax the upper back as much as you can here. Good, well done. So we're going to hug the knees into the chest, gently rock yourself up into a seated position. So you can sit any way you like. I'm going to cross-legged, if you can sit similar-ish. I'm going to turn to the left knee and gently walk the hands over the knee until you feel a little bit of a stretch around the hips, around the lower back. It doesn't have to be a massive stretch, just a gentle one for now. Good. And then walking the hands back up. Turn the other side, so walk the hands over the other knee until you feel a stretch. Good. Gently come into the center. And then going down through the middle, we're going to walk the hands forward. Gently settling into a stretch. Really relaxing the head. And then walking the hands slowly back up. And so we're going to finish with those 3 breaths that we did at the beginning. So a really nice way for rebalancing the body and helping you finish in a nice relaxed way. Relaxing your hands, you can focus on the point or close your eyes and take a long breath in through your nose. Get another breath in at the top. And then blow the air out. Good, again, breathing in. And second breath at the top. And all the air out. One more time, breathing in. Second breath in. All the air out. Good. So now allowing your breath to return to a natural rhythm. Opening your eyes. And we're all done for today. Well done.